That's hella XP.
Welcome to the Hella XP Actual Play Podcast. Today we're playing Shibuyan Knights in an adventure called The Crew of August Marsh. We're playing with Matt Conant as Sim, Lauren Cipollo as Vex, and Emmett Furey as August Marsh. I'll be your GM, Moe Poplar. So when last we left our heroes, we had just delivered a Kraken.
That's right.
We sure did.
It didn't attack or kill any of us.
No, I'm ready.
We're good.
We're going to start this in medias res over by the docks, down the road from the restaurant, in a bit of a seedier area. August Marsh has gotten a call from Ethan Condor that he's on the run from some shady types. You know, you got to understand, Ethan Condor is a shady type. So for him to say shady types, it must be bad.
Yeah, that's my sort of Docklands contact who would,
yes,
who I imagine would certainly know who I actually am, and also know that I've been masquerading as August Marsh, because he's goes back a ways.
Yes, and you know he's usually good to like help out and have your back, but right now he's in need. Who's doing what about this?
Why don't I talk to him first? Because then I'll talk to him as Simon, I suppose, or in theory I can.
Okay.
And then, but then of course we will find ways to loop in the rest of the group when I presumably accept the mission. That is, or I go and check the the meter on the Zeppelin, which one of those things.
So you go to the normal hangout, and you see the familiar broad back of a big muscly guy in a three-piece suit. And there's a girl who looks really familiar with a very homespun blaster of some sort. Doesn't have a barrel per se. It more has an antenna that she's pointing with a trigger, looking Ethan's normal hangout, like his little den. So when you go to find him, that's the scene you see.
Okay.
They're alert. They're alert and they're searching.
Got it. So these may be some of the parties that are searching out my old buddy. And they see me?
If you want them to see you.
I don't think so. I can't think of any weird con to run on them just yet. So yeah, let's see. So this is where I was told to meet Ethan, but he's clearly probably in hiding a little bit.
Yes.
How do I usually contact him?
How do you usually contact him?
I forget. What's our level of technology?
It is very irregular and unregulated. So everybody's kind of doing their own thing. There are people who communicate via ravens. There are people who have scrying pots. There are people who have cell phone looking devices shaped like what do you call it? Little bottles of potion.
Could I have like a big conch shell? It's like a magic phone.
You can absolutely have a big conch shell magic phone.
Love it.
Great. All right, good. You can hear the ocean and sometimes Ethan Condor.
There we go. What happens when you call Ethan on the conch shell?
I mean, sometimes like some sand comes out, like a little crab. I gotta be careful.
Does the other conch shell ring like a phone?
No, it's probably like, one of those white noise machines of ocean. Like you sort of hear the ocean, and that tells you that someone is trying to communicate with you on your conch.
Nice. You put the conch to your ear, and you hear the ocean. And you hear the ocean in stereo as someone in Ethan's shack picks up the conch shell and says, "Hello?"
Oh, hello.
"Oh, we're looking for your friend Ethan."
Right. I was just calling because I'm selling some rugs. But it's is this Mr. Condor's residence?
Yes.
Who am I speaking to? Is this Mr. Condor?
Oh, this is an associate.
Are
Does
you
he
interested in
have an
any
order?
rugs?
Has he ordered a rug from you?
No, this is more on spec, but the rugs are pretty nice. Do you need a rug?
Oh, I don't. But I'll let Mr. Condor know as soon as we find him.
That's good.
There's also a sale on rugs.
There's no way to track these calls, right?
That depends on who's trying how hard.
Good. All right. Well, if you do need a rug, hesitate to call. Click. Ocean.
Right. Well, that went well.
Yeah. All right. Unless there's something else, maybe I should go back to the crew and explain that my friend was allegedly in trouble and missing, and then we can put our heads together about a way to find him.
And I don't know if I made it clear enough, but this is the same crew you guys saw in the Sapporo basement. So you head back to the restaurant?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Unless you want an eventful happening, there are no eventful happenings.
Okay. That sounds good.
I think Sim is just in the kitchen, like messing with the jar of Kraken ink that Liana gave him, and is like, putting a little dab of it into 3 different things. Like, this is amazing. I haven't had access to a kitchen like this in so long. I just really miss it. I can't wait to get back to that. I can't believe she's letting me use this restaurant.
That squid ink is very aromatic and gives everything a very deep and profound umami taste.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah. I think Vex is probably just hanging out, like sitting on the counter and just like throwing knives into the wall. Just for something to do.
So
we just fixed this place, but okay.
I think
I almost hit the target that time.
August will walk in with like a big vat of the August Marsh cocktail that he's sort of sipping at. He comes up to his friends here. Oh, listen, old friend of mine from round the Docklands, name of Ethan Condor. He reached out to me. He said he was in a bit of a bind, and I went to suss out the situation, try to meet up with him, see what he needs. And what I found was some of those folks that tried to kidnap, our friend, whose name escapes me. You remember her. She was at the brewery. It was like, I don't know, some amount of time ago.
Weeks.
That one.
Yes.
Weeks ago. Yes.
Some weeks ago. So
Yes.
Interesting that it's the same crew, but also worried about my friend. Thought if we've not got anything else going on, maybe we might try and figure out how we might track him down, make sure he's safe.
Well, you guys helped me out at the garden, so I'm in.
You helped me out with the rats. And you had some kind of elaborate ghost-related hijinks while I was taking care of that Kraken, so I guess that's kind of helpful. I don't know.
Yeah, help is
Sure.
generous there, but anyway, I appreciate help from you.
Great. All right, we're in. Where do you suggest we start? We'll follow your lead.
I don't know. Any of you have some sort of magical or technological tracker, or I don't know that you do. This is just a question.
To track your friend who's missing,
Yeah,
like a locator of some kind.
yeah. His conch phone was still in his place, so that's not going to work. Also, do you guys have any extra rugs?
Are there any extra rugs lying around the restaurant?
When you say extra, do you mean not in use?
Yeah,
right. Like a back room, or like extra carpet scraps or samples left over from after they.
You know what? There is a back room with carpet samples, both ruined carpet samples and the scraps left over from what they replaced. So they got the same thing to replace with.
All right, that's just in case. Don't worry about that. But we need.
Seems just like, does your friend work in rugs, or does he like them a lot? I'm not.
It was silly of me to bring it up. The point is, he might be in danger. So, yeah. Any thoughts? Alternatively, we could think of some, people I have in common. Because again, we go back a long ways. So there are probably other people in the Docklands who we could hit up to see if they've heard anything.
Would we know where the Sapporo family, since it's kind of their thugs, would maybe hang out? Like where?
That's an excellent question. The Sapporo family hangs out at one of their palatial homes. Are you asking, do they have one of those in the Docklands?
I guess what I'm like, if their goons like have a haunt that we might, think that they kind of are around at. So if we know that it's these people that are causing trouble, maybe we can go kind of shake somebody down or something like that, get some information.
I would say you guys could easily find out where the Sapporo family residence is in the Docklands. It's gonna be further away from the docks, but high on a hill with a fantastic view.
I did notice that.
And I'm gonna say something like, you guys saw Lisa Sapporo at the tasting that Liana had.
Oh, okay. She was the one we rescued.
She was not the one you rescued. She's the one who hired you.
Oh,
Mhm.
right.
Got it,
Okay.
right.
Kimabisu is the one you rescued, and you made a mess of her clothes and
Did a real
hair.
bad.
She was not our friend. Yes.
She is not your friend.
Got it.
Mm,
Right.
That's
begrudgingly.
should avoid her.
Okay. But Lisa should like us because we technically did the thing.
Technically, you did the thing.
Technically.
I did notice like some kind of high-tech doodad that like with an antenna. So I don't know if there's a way for us to like hack into their communications, or I suppose at bare minimum be good to try and figure out what they want with my friend, or if they already have one. I guess they probably don't because they were searching his place when I got there. But be good to get ahead of that, because even if we find him, presumably he's still going to be in danger until we resolve whatever his issue is.
All right. Well, I think maybe we could either go talk to Lisa or find somebody who could track calls.
Or if we have anything that could disable or disrupt their communication systems, then one of us could pretend that we're going to help them fix it somehow.
With a disguise kit, you mean?
Or I've noticed recently people have felt more like they're just telling me all their secrets for some reason. So there's a chance that, I walking by and they're having trouble and they'll believe that I'm a repairman. Either way, there's some options if we want to take that route. But I don't know how to disrupt the communication in the first place, so that might be more convoluted than we need to be.
Look,
Because
I
we're
mostly like swash and buckle. I don't know a lot about any of that. I got this shell.
It's a cool shell. All right. Well, I would say maybe we can it's Lisa's people. I don't know. Maybe she would know somebody, or I mean, their family seems pretty messed up. So
she seems like a logical choice.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I think that's a good point because like she kind of hired us unbeknownst to the rest of her family, as I recall. So she might be willing to tell us some stuff that that their family might not otherwise want us to know. Who knows?
Okay, so you guys head up to up the hill from the restaurant to the Sapporo residence, and you arrive just as Lisa Sapporo, the ship that she usually charters, is landing in the courtyard.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And she steps out. She steps out of the ship, and she's seen you, and she motions for the gate to be opened, kind of just as you guys arrive.
Yes, it used to be the other way around.
You guys get around. Why are you here? Can I help you with something?
You might be able to. Vex just motions to August.
Why'd we come here?
I thought your friend.
Those were her goons and their
friend?
family goons. That.
Oh, right. Yeah, right, Lisa, if that is your real name. I have an old friend. His name's Ethan Condor. I have reason to believe that some of your kin mean him some kind of ill will. And given that we did a good turn for you with your rival kidnapping situation, thought maybe you might have some insight or be willing to look into it. Just because he's a good guy. I don't think he really deserves to be caught up in all whatever this is.
But why would you ask me, of all people? I assume Mr. Condor is someone of high society, whose name I'm just not recalling.
Well, he's from the Docklands. I don't expect many of us are of high society, but right, not someone you would necessarily know. But given that your family has some kind of interest, I thought you might have access to.
What makes you think my family has an interest?
Well, he had called me on this shell and told me that he needed some help, and I went to his place and found some of the characters that we had interacted with at the brewery, who I understand to be of your family.
You see realization dawn in her eyes. At this point, she's going to help you. The question is, how much is she going to help you? So let's go ahead and make a reputation roll.
All right.
So you are reputation 1, and this is a roll to see if the city comes to your aid.
All right, cool.
You can call for this roll anytime you want. So the question came up narratively. Who do we know who can hack a phone, right? And a reputation roll can kind of figure out if somebody who's going to hack a phone, and depending on the roll, if they're in the mood to help you or not.
Got it. Okay.
All right, so that's kind of a good all-purpose. That's like It's like get the city's help. Get someone in the city's help. Do you
That's
know
right.
somebody?
Yeah,
Alright.
skills we
And-
don't have personally.
And this is why you want to increase in reputation. So on 2d6 plus 1, because you're reputation 1, what'd you roll?
7
7. That's with the plus 1.
with the +1. So
Excellent.
barely
She's-
not a fail.
She says, those goons.
I wasn't going to use that term, but yeah.
She thinks about it a little bit, and she says, I'll see about getting to the why. She reaches in her purse. She pulls out a coin, and like it is a bright, shiny coin with the Sapporo logo on it, And she says, give this to Portia. She's the tank amongst them. Usually has some greasy, dirty doohickey on her that she's fiddling with. Let her know that I need to talk to them. And that should buy you some time.
All right. We appreciate
May-
that.
Maybe don't let them know that you are related to or friends with Ethan Condor. It's possible that Mr. Condor is in a lot of trouble with my family. I don't know if I could fix that, but I can give you some cover. So maybe you can fix that.
Do you follow-up question? Do you know if your family tends to take people who are in trouble with them to the same place every time, or if they might be hiding him somewhere else, or if we will not know that until we get there?
I'm afraid to say my father is creative.
Understood.
There's really nothing to suggest that he's A, looking to kidnap and or hold Mr. Condor for ransom, and B, that he would keep him in the same location that didn't work last time.
That's fair.
Listen, he hands over like a shell. Yeah, hold on to this. You can reach me on this. Do not put it near anything that isn't water resistant.
How about you keep that? And she kind of looks to you, Vex, and she says, if it's business, call me. And she hands you a little device that kind of looks like a flat sheet of glass, but if you touch it, like buttons light up. And
That's cool. Tucks it in.
she
In her
said,
bag.
she says, don't call me if you don't need me.
Okay. I mean,
I'll call you if I have something.
Okay. All right. Bex definitely wants to call Lisa for dinner, but is going to try not to.
She kind of takes a step back and she says, I'm sorry that you've fallen into the family troubles again. I'll see if I can help.
Appreciate it.
Obliged.
Yep, hard to avoid your family in this town, so do what we can.
So what's your plan?
I guess we would head back towards the docks and look for
Portia.
Portia. Right. And see if we can distract them that way.
Okay. Yeah, you guys get back to Ethan Condor's. Is hovel too strong a word?
No, I think that's accurate.
Like you've literally gone from like the palatial to the impoverished in the last like 30 minutes. Walking down this hill, going past where it's nice and sunny to under piers where it is more dank and rodent ridden. No giant rodents. You guys get to an alleyway that you can see down. Yeah, you see the savant. He's like a monk, sitting, meditating with his sword on his lap.
The same guy from
The Sapporo
Before.
Brewery, or
Yes.
Mhm.
You saw 3 of them. You saw one guy, big dude, and he's. Have you seen Into the Spider-Verse?
Mhm.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, he looks like the Kingpin, but he's wearing a much more gaudy suit. And
Okay.
then there's Portia the Tink, and this guy is Greek. That's his name, Greek.
Got it.
So you see Greek, he's out there meditating. And if
well,
you're not
prob-
hiding, he will see you.
Right, I was going to say we should probably get out of view, and someone should disguise and give.
I was going to say, didn't you impersonate Lisa once before, or was that someone else?
I impersonated her brother, which
Right.
went okay. I don't know if it might be a good idea to do it again. I'm wondering. I mean, they're probably not going to be real happy to see us.
To me, my thought is you could go as anybody and just be like, I'm here. I just started working for Lisa, and she asked me to give you the coin, or I have to get the coin to Portia or whatever, and then just get it to them that way and see if they leave. You don't need to impersonate anyone in particular. They probably have dozens of goons and henchmen and assistants running errands for them.
I mean, that works for me.
That's true. They didn't see you at all in your real form. That's correct?
I don't think so. I don't know if they ever saw who I
Better,
was.
better than me or Sim doing it.
Yeah, as long as they wouldn't know who you are in your normal form.
Yeah, I think, if they don't know, if they haven't seen me, then I think Vex is just going to take out a pair of aviators and put them on. I'm going to go talk to them and try to give Portia the coin and see what happens.
Thank you for joining us on the Hala XP Actual Play Podcast. For more information on Shibuyan Knights, go to ashyfeet.com. There you'll find more episodes for this podcast. If you like the show, please rate us and review on Apple Podcast and Spotify. Until next time, wishing you the very best and have some fun in your life.